Hello Capricorn, welcome to your May 2025 reading. This is a general reading, therefore take what resonates if it resonates. I've already shuffled the cards and I've laid them down. The reason I did that is because it's taking too long time to do it on camera. So I'm just going to use this time to clarify the cards quickly and to draw cards from other decks for you, other messages. We start your reading with the heart of the matter, the current energies for May 2025, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of good fortune, luck being on your side, positive karma. It's things moving forward finally. If things have been stuck for a while, not anymore. Challenges have been removed and there's progress, there's good fortune, there's luck finally coming into this situation, into your life. There's progress. It also represents life with its ups and downs. What you need to keep in mind is that everything is changing, everything is a cycle. So if you are in a negative situation, going through a rough time, you need to remember that the sun will shine again and that things are going to change, and the other way around. But definitely the energies, the current energies for May 2025 for your situation Capricorn are positive energies. Luck being on your side, good karma, things moving. It's something that you've worked hard for, something that you've planned, something that you've been consistent with, that you've worked diligently on, because we do have in what's crossing this reading the Knight of Wands, which is a very passionate, moving energy, action taker. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, earth energy. It's a knight that moves slower, or the slowest out of all the four knights in the deck, but at the same time it's the only one who will cross the finish line. So whatever you've been working on, whatever project, whatever context this resonates for you, this good fortune, good karma, it's something that you are passionate about, you had the spark for with the Knight of Wands energy, but it's also something that you worked hard for, meticulously, diligently, responsibly with the Knight of Coins energy, and that you are finally getting to see the results for. I also think that whatever the context, it's something that has to do with institutions. For some of you, maybe higher learning institution, maybe some of you are still in school, in college, in university, so to speak, because in the crowning position we have the Hierophant card, which is not only a spiritual card but also is connected to, as I said, to institutions, to people in position of higher power. So either you are ascending to a higher position, to a higher rank, so to speak, within the workplace that you are in, or your business has really what's the word, got off the ground, literally got off the ground. But either way, things are really positive. And if whether this is in a love context and it's a relationship, then you need to know that it's one that is fated, was meant to be, with the Wheel of Fortune. Right? It has also the blessing, to, so to speak, of your ancestors, of a higher divine power with the Hierophant card, and it's also a relationship with in which both you and your partner have chosen one another, and you are resonating and in union on all levels, on all different levels, physical, spiritual, emotionally, mentally, and so on and so forth. And the same can be said if this is in a career context. Is something that you've studied, some of you, many years for this job, for this career. It's connected, as I said, to institutions, and it's what you are meant to do in this life. In the recent past, you have the Magician that came out sideways. I just feel with the Magician sideways that there might have been in the recent past some hiccups, so to speak, as far as communication was concerned. So maybe messages that were not delivered, maybe communication that was misinterpreted, misunderstood, maybe letters that got lost, emails that went into the spam box instead of, like, in your inbox, that sort of things. I also feel that at times you might have felt that you are never going to see this through, that you don't have all the tools or all the instruments at your disposal in order to manifest this or to make this happen. But there were only, temporary periods of time where you felt a little bit down or a little bit defeated. Not for long, though, not for long. Your energy this month is the Ace of Wands. Fire, passion, a passionate new beginning. It's wands, so it means passion, but in any context, whether it's in a relationship, maybe it's some fiery type of connection, love connection that you have with someone, or maybe within an existing relationship, the spark has started to burn again, so to speak. You relit the flames of passion within an existent relationship. But it's also in a career context, in a business context. Ones are about action, as I said, can speak about career, can speak about travel. So definitely you are in a very good and positive energy, Capricorn, in May 2025, if you are not already. I also think that some of you might be connecting or associating with another Capricorn or with a Libra, but it can be any sign. If it's a family member, if it's a friend, or if it's a life partner, I do feel that it's a long-term one. It's a contract, and by contract it can be a literal contract, whether it's a work contract or contract in as an emotional contract, a spiritual contract that you have with a partner, that it's long term. It's both going to be long term, long lasting, and also that you've known this person for a long time, for many years. There are, of course, fears that this situation or things in this situation might not work out, and you're gonna have to transit difficult times, rough waters, so to speak, and that maybe you're not going to have enough resources, so to speak, at times. But in the final outcome position, you do have the Ten of Pentacles, which is long-term longevity, inheritance, a windfall of money. It's that stable, committed, successful, long-term outcome that anyone would want for themselves and for their families as well, for those that they care about. You are going to be a provider. You're going to achieve financial success, career success. You are going to come out on top of this situation, whatever context it resonates for you, Capricorn. There are going to be, or maybe this entire situation involved multiple battles, so to speak, on different levels, in different contexts, and you've had to definitely use logic and the knowledge that you have and the experience that you've managed to gain along the years in order to come out on top, in order to succeed and to achieve this success. But you've definitely done it. You've definitely done it despite the fears, despite the anxiety that everyone has. You've done that. I also think that many of you, whatever this is for you, whatever context this resonates for you, you might not have spoken about it with many people. Either you haven't spoken about it, you haven't told many people about your plans, or maybe you haven't, some of you have not told about your plans to anyone, actually. Because I left this at the end. The near future energies, in the near future energies, you do have the Seven of Swords with the Three of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Two of Swords. And I know the Seven of Swords, many readers associate it with cheating, lying, with deceit, with you having to be careful. But what many don't know is that the Seven of Swords can also be about avoiding expressing oneself, being afraid of or avoiding your feelings. But it can also be about not speaking up about your plans. And from my point of view, that's a good thing. I don't think, at least until something is certain, I don't think people should talk with other people about their plans, their ideas, whether it's business ideas, I don't know, articles, ideas. You should keep it for yourself until it's a done deal. And of course, I'm not referring here to people really close to you, like I don't know, your parents, your partner. I'm just talking in general. It's not a good idea to share your ideas, your business secrets, your plans, maybe even some of your like really intimate and more serious struggles with friends, if they are just acquaintances or just friends and not, it's not a good idea. And I think many of you, that's exactly what you've been doing and what you will be doing. You are not going to share this with just anyone, But the Seven of Swords can also signify relocating or traveling for work-related purposes. So I think some of you Capricorn have in mind, or on your mind, and also the Knight of Wands can be about emigrating, going to a foreign land. So it's more than just travel, because you can travel as a vacation, but the Knight of Wands being about emigrating, and the Seven of Swords, which also has this meaning of relocating or traveling for work-related purposes. That makes me think that some of you are literally thinking of moving to another country or going abroad, or maybe it doesn't have to be another country, maybe a different city, but it's for work-related purposes or for education purposes. I also think that if you are in this energy of doing that and it's coming up in your future, I think you've already taken the steps in order to make this happen, and now you're just waiting for some type of communication or for the contract to be sent to you, maybe even online or by mail, from this institution, whether it's a higher learning type of institution or a workplace abroad. You're waiting for them to send you a message or the confirmation or the contract. And if that's the case, because I see it here coming, and I see all of this like the Ten of Pentacles in the final outcome. The Ace of Swords, which is all about truth and decision and clarity on the bottom of the deck. And we see in the recent past the Magician sideways, which I explained what it is about. I would suggest you check that spam folder in your email, or maybe actually go, if you have an actual post office box or whatever, just go check it. Check your neighbor's ones as well. Maybe a letter, your message, what was meant for you, got messed up in someone else's mailbox or near there, or you missed it somehow, because I think that that message is there or is about to come, and if it's coming, there's still a possibility that it's going to be, as I said, delayed, or you'll overlook it. So pay attention to that. Let's see. Let's get some clarifications. What's that Wheel of Fortune in the present, that movement, that good fortune, good karma for May 2025 for Capricorn? Oh no, I got like half of the deck that fell here. So let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune for Capricorn. Ten of Pentacles again. Ten of Pentacles again on the bottom of the deck. The Four of Swords, which is about rest, rejuvenation, recuperation. The Moon card, you know, fears, anxieties. Some of you could also be going through some type of I don't know, surgery. But whatever this reading resonates for you, whatever the Wheel of Fortune is for you, Ten of Pentacles, what more confirmation do you want? For many of you, as I said, it is in a career context, a money-related context, studying, learning, can also be an inheritance for some of you. An inheritance, career, money, studying, or it can be like a family type of business, or a family type of relationship association, so to speak. Let's get a clarification for the Seven of Swords as well, for the Seven of Swords in the near future. Page of Swords, and on the bottom of the deck, Temperance. Well, Page of Swords, which you already have here in the challenge position as well, is a messenger. It's actually a message, and it's pretty fast, pretty concise. So as I said, please keep a mind on your email, on your inbox, but also spam folder. Also, if you have multiple emails, make sure to check all of them, because you never know. And if it's an actual post box, mailbox thing, make sure you look not only in the mailbox but around, above. If you have neighbors, ask your friends, your neighbors, because there's a big chance that this letter or this message, this contract, whatever it is that you're waiting for, it's going to be misplaced. The Temperance card is a card of patience, is a card of alchemy, is a card of divine intervention, but it is also about taking two different elements and molding them into one perfect harmonious being. It can also be it can also mean that you and someone else are from different backgrounds, or there's some connection with, as I said, foreign lands, abroad, different religions, different country. Some of you are either connecting with the Sagittarius, or you're planning to go abroad, to emigrate, to travel. Yes. Let's see what else. Let's clarify the Ten of Pentacles in the outcome as well. Though, you know, I don't know what's there to clarify, but so you have, oh, there you go. Look, they flipped. Three of Pentacles and the Magician, and on the bottom of the deck, the Empress. What more do you want? You're going to be recognized. Your hard work, you're not going to be alone. You are going to be teaming up with someone, one or multiple people. You are going to be part of a team, or maybe forming your own team. You are going to achieve success. You are going to be on the same page with the people that you surround yourself with. Maybe some of you are going to publish something, because it can also be about something going public or being published. The Magician, this time it fell, or it turned into the deck upright. So manifesting, utilizing all the tools at your disposal to manifest, to make something happen, to transpose something into reality. And on the bottom of the deck with Empress, which is all about fertility, creativity, business blooming, giving birth to something, whether it's a child, an idea, a business, being successful, looking good while doing that, being in your feminine energy, that of receiving. You know, the Empress doesn't chase, the Empress receives. And once again, it can be Taurus or Libra, and I already saw Libra here as well, so some of you are dealing with a Libra. Other messages for Capricorn, May 2025, please. Messages for Capricorn, May 2025. We have a flipper. Surprise. A disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation could bring love to those searching. More messages, please, for Capricorn, May 2025. More fortune cookies. Capricorn. Capricorn. Care required. Guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes at this time. Planning. Now is the time to lay down the foundations for your future. Financial gains are more than likely. Communication. A reunion could bring love or a rekindling of friendships. A lucky win seems likely. What else? Let's get you some cards from this one. Messages for Capricorn and love, May 2025. Love and not only. Messages for Capricorn. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And as I said, this is not only in a love context. It can also be that your career life, your business is ascending to the next level. You're leveling up in a context. For many of you, this is not in a love context. As I said, this is in a career study type of context. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. I already said that I feel for those of you in an existent long-term commitment relationship, the spark has reignited. The fire has started burning once again. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Let's get some keeper cards as well. Gift. For Capricorn, May 2025, please. What other messages? Messages for Capricorn. Concern. An older male in your family could be concerned, maybe about what gift to get you, or I don't know. But on the bottom of the deck we do have sudden wealth. Messages for Capricorn, the last deck I'm going to use. Messages for Capricorn from your soulmate, or from messages for Capricorn. And we do have multiple cards. When you meet your soulmate, you'll feel calm, no anxiety, no agitation. Never make permanent decisions on temporary feelings. You are moving onto a steady and reliable path. Start reclaiming who you truly are. And on the bottom of the deck we have release your worries and receive universal abundance, Empress energy. This is all I have for you, Capricorn. Thank you for watching and see you next time.